Hi, today I'm going to talk about BB creams and in specifically my rather large to me collection of BB creams. I'm not quite sure how I managed it, but I did manage to somehow accumulate 6 BB creams. I have no idea why. So I am going to start with my Rimmel London BB cream, and this is a 9-in-1 BB cream. So it says on the packaging that it's a 9-in-1 skin perfecting super makeup with SPF 25, and I have it in the color light. The back says it's a skin perfecting super makeup, 9-in-1 results, primes, moisturizes, minimizes pores, conceals, covers, smooths, mattifies, brightens, and helps protect. Now, in general, the things that I do with my BB cream is I don't tend to use a moisturizer, and I also do try to remember to use my Smashbox Anti-Shine underneath my BB creams. That is just normal for when I talk about every single one of these BB creams that I'm going to be talking about, unless I pointed out otherwise. So with the Rimmel BB cream, it's very, very close in texture to a foundation. It actually, to me, feels a lot like a foundation when I apply it, but the formula is quite dry. So I find that while other BB creams, I don't need to apply a moisturizer underneath, with this Rimmel one, I find I have to. So I tend to use a lighter moisturizer, or I use a hydrating serum underneath my Rimmel BB cream. And that seems to help my face stay moisturized and not feel dry throughout the day. Its coverage is like a foundation. It does have good coverage. I always set my BB creams with a powder regardless of what BB cream I'm using, and so that tends to provide me with a little bit of extra coverage because I use a mineral powder foundation to set, though I just use quite a light coverage of it. The Rimmel BB cream lasted well and wore well during the day. It did not wear off. It holds up well under hot, humid weather, but I have found that in general, my BB creams all tend to hold up really, really well under hot, humid weather, and work even better than my foundations for that type of weather. It didn't wear off patchy at all. It just really didn't wear off much at all throughout the day, and it felt the same right through the day. I have forgotten anti-shine a couple of times. When I forget the anti-shine, I find that if I don't blot and powder during the day, it will start to get shiny after about 10 hours of wear, which is really, really amazing. Without the anti-shine, by the middle of the day, I tend to start to feel as though I'm getting shiny, and then I blot and powder, but it's not excessively shiny. And in general, I do tend to blot and powder in the middle of the day, regardless of whether I feel I need it a lot or not, because I generally just tend to feel better after I've blotted and powdered a little bit throughout the day, and I do like a more matte finish to my skin. So that's the Rimmel BB cream. The next one is the Garnier Miracle Skin Perfector. Now this is the original one that came out, and it's not the one which is the oil-free one which came out just recently. And all this says on the packaging is that it's a daily all-in-one BB cream. I find that this BB cream is very, very light. It's so light that it gives very sheer to almost no coverage at all. In fact, to me, this is less of a BB cream and more of just a slightly tinted moisturizer. And it does work well for me as a moisturizer. I've heard some people say that it's it gets very oily and they feel like an oil slick at the end of the day. I don't have that problem. I don't get oily and slick using this. It lasts well for me during the day. I feel moisturized, but I don't feel like an oil slick. I do, of course, use my anti-shine, but I also powder and blot once during the day when I use this. It feels like it wears off really quickly because there's not a lot of coverage, but again, it doesn't wear off patchy. And I'm going to actually try to use this up fairly quickly because it just isn't something that I find works really, really well for me. I think this is something that I will use on the weekends when I just want to throw something on and I'm not going anywhere in particular and I don't feel like doing a full face of makeup, but just want a really, really, really teeny tiny bit of coverage along with some powder to provide a little bit of extra coverage. I won't wear this to work because it just does not give me the coverage and the lasting finish that I need with something that'll have to last me 8 to 10 hours in a working day. The next one I have is the Lioele Beyond the Solution BB cream, and this is a Korean BB cream. I really don't know very much about this besides the fact that it's got an SPF in it. I don't know what the SPF factor is because I haven't been able to find it anywhere on the internet, and it does have skin perfecting and skin moisturizing qualities. It's very moisturizing. It feels a lot like a foundation, and it probably gives me the best coverage of all the BB creams that I have, and it's also a really, really good match to my skin tone. It is very, very moisturizing, so I don't need anything extra at all, and I do feel as though my skin is well taken care of throughout the day when I wear it. It lasts incredibly well. It doesn't wear off at all, and if it does wear off a little bit, it's not patchy at all. Especially I can tell when if something wears off around my nose because it tends to get patchy, and this doesn't do that at all. So I wear this with my anti-shine, and I do blot and powder at least once during the day. Why do I keep saying at least? No, it's not at least once a day. I only blot and powder once during the day. I just don't constantly think about blotting unless it starts to get feeling really icky, and I don't get that feeling at all with this BB cream. I really, really do like this. I think it's one of my favorite BB creams, and this is definitely going to be a repurchase for me if and when I use it up. And the next one I have is the Dr. Jart Premium BB Cream Plus Plus. And this is a multi-action skincare and makeup with SPF 45 PA+++. I'm not sure what the plus 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 means. It's got to mean some kind of skin benefit, right? But this is a triple action formula. Again, it's a Korean product, and it's a perfect and protect skin instantly with all-in-one multifunctional premium beauty balm. It advances brightening, anti-aging, antioxidant, hydrates, biopeptides, adenosine, helps restore skin to supple elasticity, minimizes the need for foundation or concealer. I really enjoy this, and this is probably my second favorite after the Lioele BB cream. It has the foundation consistency. It feels wonderful. The coverage is really, really good. I can wear this all day. It doesn't wear off, and with my anti-shine, I don't have to blot or powder much at all. If I really wanted to, one time during the day, but sometimes I can even get away with just not doing that. So I really do like this BB cream. The next is the L'Oreal Paris Magic Beautifier BB cream, and it's in the color Light. And this was a real surprise to me because I kind of just bought it off the bat without really thinking about it too much. I thought, oh, I want to try the L'Oreal BB cream, and I just got it off eBay. It's got 4 beautifying actions: primes, perfects, hydrates, and corrects. And the only thing I have to say that I don't like about this BB cream is the fact that it doesn't have an SPF. So for me, I have to apply my anti-shine and an SPF underneath it before I put this BB cream on. But other than that, I find that I really do like this BB cream. The coverage is a little lighter than the Lioele and the Dr. Jart Plus BB cream, but it's still really good coverage for me, and it does give me a really nice finish, and then I top it off with my mineral powder foundation. Now, there have been a number of people on YouTube who say that this is not a good BB cream, or they haven't enjoyed it, but this surprised me, and I really like this. And the thing I like about this is it holds up amazingly well under hot, humid weather. And it was really using this particular BB cream that I discovered that BB creams are fantastic in hot, humid weather. And it works better than any hot, humid weather foundation or foundation routine. In fact, I have a whole other video which I will post later on how I use a foundation and various other products to maintain my foundation and my makeup throughout the day in hot, humid weather. And I have to say, BB creams have it beat. And for me, on a really hot, humid day, I will use a BB cream because it doesn't wear off patchy, it holds up under the heat, it holds up even when I sweat. And it was really this L'Oreal BB cream which helped me discover how good a BB cream is in hot, humid weather. So I really like this L'Oreal BB cream. It's moisturizing, and it's not patchy at all. It does last all day. It works well even without my anti-shine, because sometimes I have to admit, I just forget in the mornings when I'm getting ready to put my anti-shine on. It does happen, and it happens at least once a week. I just have a tendency to forget stuff in the morning because I'm rushing, or I'm, running out of time while I'm getting ready. So, but I really do like the finish, and I do like this L'Oreal BB cream. So, now, my last and sixth BB cream is this one called the Chi Chi Super BB Cream. And I have it in the color light. And it's the Super BB Cream with caviar extract and Colgard, promotes collagen synthesis, anti-aging, and ultra moisturizing. And I have to say, this is a really moisturizing BB cream. I do really feel like it's a moisturizing BB cream for me. And the coverage is, again, not as good as the Lioele and not as good as the Dr. Jart, but still pretty good. It feels very, very emollient when I apply it. It feels really somewhere between a moisturizer and a foundation, and probably more like a cream. It feels more like a creamy moisturizer than it is a foundation, but it's got good coverage and it does last all day on me. And in fact, that's actually what I'm wearing right now, with set with a powder, and I really do like it. In general, I find that I like my BB creams, and this is just to sum up, with SPF. I do find that they all wear well and are not patchy, especially around the nose, where for me that's where my foundation tends to wear off and it tends to get patchy. It doesn't happen with the BB creams. There's no need for a primer. I like that they're moisturizing. They're great. I've said this before, in hot, humid weather, especially when I set them with a mineral powder foundation. And I always do that anyway, because I do like that little bit of extra coverage that I get setting it with a mineral powder foundation. And in the past, I used to only use my BB creams in the weekend when I was, wanting to not do a lot of steps in my makeup routine and just slap on something and go. But now I'm finding, because of the way it holds up during the day and how it holds up in the hot weather, especially with it now being summertime, I'm wearing it to work as well. So that's my coverage or review of the various BB creams that I own. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you and bye!